Yesterday at the NFL owners meeting, Kevin Stefanski asked about Travis Hunter from Colorado.
He's an outstanding player, an outstanding young man. Fun to spend time with him. Elite ball skills. I don't know if there's been better. Truly, this kid's special when the ball's in the air. He's had a ton of production in the college game, and then by the way, he's doing it for both sides of the ball. But as a receiver, obviously, I think room to grow, but certainly has elite ball skills. Every team is having that discussion. I think he's very capable of both. How you structure it, where you start him, quote unquote, is really important to figure out. I could see both sides of it. I could see him as a wide receiver that moonlights at defensive back. The easier thing that you've seen over the years is the defensive back that then gets package of plays. So every team is talking through that and how they would structure it, but this is a unique young man and his ability to do both.
Jake, the concern I've always had about him, the game plans are so intense and specific. I just don't see the value of throwing both at him full time, being Travis Hunter, right away. You've got to delineate he's this, and then we're going to use him a little bit over here once he masters whatever you give to him first, because the NFL is littered with guys on defense that are linebacker safety hybrids. You threw too much at them and they didn't become anything because you tried to make them everything.
Yeah, I think the concern is fair. How I would think we need to look at this and discuss it is, some people might be offended by this and some people might sternly disagree, but this is the same sort of discussion we were having about Shohei Ohtani, right? Can this guy really pitch and hit in the same season, pitch every 5 days, hit every day? Can he do it? And really the what it came down to is like, this is what he's always done. And it's a part of the ball player DNA that he has. And he's a special hand-eye coordination, physical athlete, all the above. I think we have to consider that is very possible for Travis Hunter, who has just done this in perpetuity. I think you got him to Jackson State, and people were like, this is insane for him to play both ways. But it's low level college football in terms of it's not D1 FBS stuff. So we'll see what happens if he moves to Colorado with Deion, and he did. Goes to Colorado and has a bunch of really strong success doing it effectively for a big time college football at that level. And listen, was it the SEC or Big Ten? No, but they're still playing pretty good football in the Big 12, and they played pretty good opponents, and they played a bunch of NFL caliber athletes. And to me, I can see this going both directions. I can see him being hey, we're going to devote primary wide receiver time for you, where you're spending that time getting coached up on route running, how we're going to effectively use you more on offense, and then we're going to put you inside of our maybe our 4 corner packages as a dime corner for us, where you can step on the field and play in a very limited structural setup, where we want you to play in a lot of man coverage, press man, and we don't want you to think a ton. Just go out and read and react, right? I could also see that, hey, we think he's too special at corner to pull him out of that. So maybe we have him playing 25 snaps on offense, where it's anytime we're in 11 personnel. If we're in 12 personnel, we're going to keep maybe Jerry Jeudy and Cedric Tillman, or if they draft another wide receiver they really like and he steals the spotlight or something and gets a chance to play more. I don't think, what I'm getting at is, I don't think they're forced to play him both ways to find the second overall pick value. I think he's the best cornerback in this draft, and I think he's the best wide receiver in this draft. So what you're gambling on is ultimately, the baseline for me is he's really good at those positions. He's really good. And then what happens if he can play both of them and be who he's always been? He's not done growing. He's young. So there's a world where he does end up at 200 plus pounds. And there's a world where he is adding muscle to the frame. And he's a great kid from everybody you talk to and the interviews you hear, and his own active YouTube channel. It's like, I don't really know why this isn't a slam dunk because you have at the baseline a blue chip player at two positions. And even if you put him at one position, you're going to get a really good player. So that's the baseline. And what if you have the UNFL's Shohei Ohtani unicorn? Like, isn't that so enticing that you should do it? And I understand that everybody wants to believe it can't be done, but this sort of stuff comes along every generation in sports where you're like, this can't be done. Like, there's no way LeBron can be that size and play point guard and be a pass first player. There's like this happens, and you have an opportunity here to improve. Like I said, if they had a slew of great corners and they were really deep, maybe the Vikings type of wide receiver group with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, you really could start to talk yourself of coming off of that, maybe because you really want an Abdul Carter to add to your defensive line. But like when you look at what the Browns need and you look at the players' alignment of positions played, and you eliminate like this fear of him not being good at either of them because you're worried about one taking away from the other, and just realize he's really gifted at both of them, and then you have this lotto ticket to maybe have the NFL's unicorn. That's kind of cool, right? Like, I don't really understand why it's not a slam dunk second overall pick thing for me. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, no, I get it. The Otani thing is really interesting parallel.